Alright guys, John with you again, and another little update on the Hanomag from Tamiya. Beautiful little kit. Oh, excuse me, I'm slowly dying here. I'm not. I'm grand. It's just a bit of a cough. One of the joys of being a smoker. It's not COVID or anything like that. It's tobacco related. Anyway. When I left you last time, I had it just factory fresh. And it ain't so fresh anymore. Okay. After giving it a nice little bit of weathering. Alright. And all I did was chipping. Okay. We'll get a closer look at some of that. Right. Added some scratches, some wear and tear on the wheels and everything else as well. On the front, just a little tip: when you are doing your scratches and your weathering here with the chipping and things, don't forget, go across decals and things like that. It just makes them that little bit more realistic. Okay. Like, just because the decal on it, that doesn't mean that it's not going to get kind of scratched and damaged. Especially if you've got something, say, as scratched as this, and if you had a sort of a perfectly clean decal, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Now, I know the one here on top kind of got a little bit, I did a bit of dry brushing over that as well, and I hadn't the brush completely fully cleaned off, shall we say, when I went over the decal, so it got a little bit darker than what I actually wanted it to get. I'm not 100% happy with that, but can't really whinge too much, because apart from that, I'm happy with everything else. Okay, I added those here we are. I added those extra jerry cans on the inside. As you see, I have them marked for water. Okay. The white cross on them, that indicates that there was water in them. When they were left plain, they're for diesel or petrol, whichever the case may be. Okay, there's my 4 jerry cans of fuel, all chipped up and everything else, and we've got one for water back here. Okay, now the one on the outside is reasonably chipped up because of thing like that. But the ones on the inside, they're like as if they're brand new ones. Okay, so they'd be the kind of good ones, right? So they'd be, say, the drinking water ones, much newer jerry cans, whereas the one on the outside, all chipped up and damaged and God knows what else. More than likely that would have been used for the engine. Okay, because you have to have water for your engine as well, for coolant and things. Like I said, especially in the desert, because it's just dry. You're kind of watching your water. Both humans and machines need water. Okay, so the next step now for this, like, I'm happy with that. It's quite a lot, but not too much. I'm happy with how it came out. Next step now for this is I'm going to finish off the weathering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a gloss coat. I'm going to let the gloss coat dry for a while, maybe sort of an overnight really, with the gloss coat, and then I'm going to start with a bit of streaking and things like that, and a wash, just to kind of highlight dips and gaps and things like that. And I want to do a little bit of sort of the rust type streaking. Okay, just because it's in the desert, that doesn't mean it's not going to rain. Okay, it does rain in the desert. Yes, just for those of you that think that the desert is sort of dry all the time, and those countries were dry all the time. God, no, they were not. Especially after, say, the torch landings up around by Tunisia and things like that, before they were sort of, the Kasserine Pass and all that. They were the Allies were kind of bogged down for about 2 months. with just sludge and things like that. There's plenty of videos and things like that on the internet about them, and it shows that they were, they were bogged down in it. The vehicles couldn't move, planes couldn't fly, so they basically went into kind of a defensive role, both sides, just putting on in the odd sporadic attack. But it does rain in the desert, yes. So if you've got it sort of all dry and your vehicle is kind of rusting up slightly from, you're getting little bits of rust as the paint goes off, like we said yesterday. You're at you're by the seaside, okay. A lot of the Tobruk and all those kind of places were all by the sea, and you expose metal by the sea, you're going to get rust, okay. And then if it rains, the rust kind of washes down across the vehicle and it stains the paints and things like that. Okay, it's not like modern paints, those older paints, especially the military type paints. They were kind of a flat paint as opposed to a glossy kind of effect. So they did kind of rust streak and things like that. So we're going to do a few rust streaks, a few sort of oil stains, things like that. Okay, so nearly there. I've also got the detail painting done on the weapons. Okay, there's my MG42. There we go. So sort of better look at the colours there. It's basically, I just use flat black for the main body of the weapon, native brown on the wood parts, German grey on the magazine, the double box magazine, and the silvering there. Okay, as you see it, I just give it a rub of this yoke here, which is my graphite pencil. It does great for things like that. Also does great for long edges, metal edges. Now I did a little bit on it. I just wanted to see how it looked. The only thing is, once I glass coat that and then dull coat it, I'm going to kind of lose all that effect, so I'll have to do it again then after. But I just did it just to see. Okay, and here we have the MG34. Okay, and the same again on that, right? The wood was with was done with NATO brown, and the main body of the weapon was NATO black, or not NATO black. What was the main body of the weapon was flat black. Okay. Again, the colours like I used for the chipping. It was a mixture of dark iron with a touch of NATO brown in there. I wanted the kind of the metallic bit, and the sort of the NATO brown gives it that kind of sort of semi-rustish dark metal colour. Works for tracks. It's a nice base colour for tracks. And speaking of tracks, I have the tracks on there, and I give them a dry brushing with some silver, just to kind of just show up the metallic on them. Now you only really get to see very, very little of them. You only get to see kind of a little bit here from the back, very little from the sort of the front, really, just a small little bit here at the side. But the thing is, like everything else, if you don't do the whole lot, you're going to get a spot where you can see right in, and you're not going to be able to see, you'll be able to see that it's not done, should I say. So it's always good just to do the whole lot, even if you know you can't see it. Did a bit more chipping as well, sorry, should I say, on the inside and on the hinges of the doors. We pop those doors open. Pop. Okay. There we go. We pop these doors open. And you can see that there's just a little bit of chipping on the hinges and on the interior of them. Right. You can kind of get a nice look down the inside of it as well, and get good view of the chipping on the inside. There we go. Right. So that's the chipping done, and like I said, next up now is for some gloss coat and some washes and streaking and all that kind of thing. Right, so I'm going to leave it at that, lads, for this one. Again, like I said, all little short quick updates. You know why, I'm not going to go explaining it again and again, but short updates until for the time being anyway. Okay, so don't forget, give it the old thumbs up, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell as well. By hitting the bell, you'll be notified straight away of any further videos that as soon as I upload them, you'll know straight away. Okay, so thank you very much for taking your time out to watch this. Thanks very, very much for your comments. They've been very, very encouraging. I really enjoy them. I do appreciate it all. Really, really do. So until the next time, lads, stay safe, enjoy your modelling, and like I always say, don't forget, go out and buy yourself a kit, because that's the most important thing of it all. Build it and enjoy it, okay? Because it is an enjoyable hobby. It's sort of satisfying. You pass a bit of time. You're achieving something. You're achieving something, and make it whatever. You're making yourself a nice little ornament for, say, either your bedroom or your kid's room, or if you're a kid, then a little bit of decoration, military decoration, or something to play with. But at least you made it yourself anyway, and you decorated it. Okay, so like I said, it's an enjoyable hobby. Get out there and do it, and buy yourself a kit. Until the next time, lads, John Moore signing off, and I will catch you on the next one. Okay, so stay safe. Bye bye.